Welcome to episode 2 of our webinar series on reopening and recovery. My name is Vedran and I'm from Waterloo EDC. Many of you know Waterloo EDC is the first point of contact for businesses that are looking to land and expand within Waterloo region. However, as we continue to navigate through the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, we've also pivoted our efforts to help those Waterloo region businesses navigate government support and business programs such as funding and loan options. Most importantly, we continue to advocate for their needs as a business and ensure their voices are being heard at all levels of government.
To offer our support for a safe reopening for Waterloo Region's manufacturing sector, this webinar will focus on a walkthrough of best practices and available government resources. I'll also touch on a few companies that have released playbooks on reopening best practices. Lastly, I'll provide an update on sourcing PPE in our community. I work in the manufacturing sector. What resources are available to support a safe reopening? The best place to source information on best practices and up-to-date information will be the Government of Ontario's website that hosts over 90 sector-specific guidance documents to protect workers, customers, and the general public. Specific to the manufacturing sector, you will find guidance notes on protecting yourself and others, physical distancing, tracking your workforce, reporting illness, and how to share your experience with others that could benefit. On the same government website, Workplace Safety and Prevention Services has published fantastic documents to further support employers and workers. Specific to the manufacturing sector, each document is broken down to support equipment operators and general laborers, quality control engineers and technicians, supervisors, production and operations management, warehouse workers, forklift operators and material handlers, and finally the warehousing sector. Some of the key recommendations that are pulled out of the WS and PS documents include creating protocols for proper hand hygiene, keeping surfaces and objects clean, and physical distancing. To do this, WS and PS suggest speaking with your Joint Health and Safety Committee to come up with protocols and plans for the planning and implementation of these best practices. The government's website is a one-stop shop for up-to-date, reliable information on reopening best practices. Another great resource is provided by Food and Consumer Products of Canada, otherwise known as FCPC. FCPC has published a 12-page document that details newly developed best practices with federal and provincial authorities managing the COVID-19 response. The guideline serves as a resource for businesses in agriculture, food, manufacturing, and consumer goods, and even includes some of the steps businesses are taking to uphold the most rigorous hygiene and sanitation standards. Are there any current examples that highlight best practices for reopening? Many businesses across Canada have made their company playbooks public, including GM, Lear, and Maple Leaf Foods. Toyota has also released a playbook that is made public by their Japan headquarters as they begin to reopen their operations worldwide. The Toyota playbook does a fantastic job of outlining the entire return-to-work journey for employees and employers through a 360-degree approach. This includes self-checks at home, symptom escalation, arriving to work, how meetings will change, lunch breaks, and so much more. Every approach to creating a playbook will vary and include different considerations as not all businesses are the same. However, it's great to have something to compare your playbook to and to ensure that you've considered all the best practices as needed. If you have a playbook that you would like to share with others across Canada, please visit the Pandemic InfoShare portal. There are a number of organizations and businesses that have uploaded their playbooks to this portal, and it might go a long way in helping other businesses as they plan a safe reopening. Are there any PPE access updates for the Waterloo Region community? The information regarding local PPE access continues to evolve. As businesses begin to reopen, we know that PPE is of utmost importance to ensure that employees, employers, and the general public are protected. Thus far, we know of a few resources that can be used for accessing PPE. The first is the Ontario Supplier List for PPE. This list can be found on ontario.ca and includes a list of suppliers that can supply gowns, masks, gloves, face shields, and more. This list includes the name of the company supplying, their location, and their contact information. The second resource is a new one known as accessppe.ca. This is a new, not-for-profit local initiative that facilitates PPE purchases for businesses in Waterloo Region. The organization will oversee ordering and distribution of hard-to-find but essential supplies for independent healthcare providers and organizations of all sizes to ensure a reliable supply at a reasonable price through large volume orders. This initiative is set to launch in June, but you can visit their website to register your interest in participating in the regional initiative. The third resource is the Cambridge Chamber PPE website. The Cambridge Chamber of Commerce has a supply of PPE products including masks, gloves, and no-contact thermometers that are available for businesses to purchase. For more information on the products they have available, please visit their website. Additionally, the Cambridge Chamber has put together a list of local PPE suppliers for businesses looking to purchase PPE for their operation. Thanks again for listening to episode 2 of our webinar series on reopening and recovery in Waterloo Region. Again, Waterloo EDC is here for you. We are continuing to work around the clock to help the businesses in our community. For more information on reopening best practices and guidance, please visit our website by following the link provided on the slide. If you have any questions about any of the available programs, please reach out to us and someone will reach out to help.